Hello and welcome back to Labours of Love Classroom. Today we're going to look at the traditional granny square. It's a place where a lot of crocheters start their crochet journey, and it's quite a therapeutic make, and it's one that I often pick up when I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the world and just need something to calm down on. So you can start it with a magic circle, or you can start it with a chain 3. But I'm going to start mine with a magic circle. So there are other videos that will show you how to do a magic circle. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work treble stitches. And again, I have separate videos on what a treble stitch looks like. So for this first stitch, I'm going to do a chain 3, which counts as a treble. That's UK terms treble, or if you're in the US, it's a double crochet. So you yarn over, insert into this magic circle, pull through your yarn, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and you do another. So you do 2 of those, and then you're going to work a chain 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to work 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and then it's chain 2, and then another 3 double crochet. Oops. That's 1, 2, around the yarn, and 3. It's a little bit fiddly working into the magic circle. Do another chain. So we're going to have 4 groups of these little granny clusters, as they're called. So it's 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do chain 2 and our last group of granny clusters. So that's 1, 2. Oh, just pulled the yarn out. Sorry. 2 and 3. And then instead of doing your last chain 2, I like to join my squares with a half double crochet. This keeps your joins on the corners as opposed to the join starting to work up the middle of your granny square. This is much more noticeable if you're working a huge project or single colours. So instead of chain 2 and slip stitching into your chain 3, I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to work into the top of that chain 3. I'm going to work a half double crochet. So this brings you back to the corner, leaves you with a little gap here, and then in a previous video you'll see how to do the chainless treble or the chainless double crochet stitches. So for this one I'm actually going to use the twisted method. So I'm going to hold my yarn, I'm going to pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. You can just do a chain 3 and then work 2 double crochets afterwards, but I'm going to do my chainless double crochet followed by 2 double crochets, and I don't do a chain in between my work. I'm just working into this next corner. I'm going to work, sorry, I don't have enough yarn. I'm going to work 3 double crochets, then chain 2 and another 3 double crochet. And this is a DK weight yarn. It is the Rico Baby Dream DK Uni. It's a really luxurious acrylic yarn and it's lovely to work with, and its recommended hook size is a 4mm. I tend to, my tension when I'm crocheting tends to be what's needed by the yarn recommended hook. So I can use the 4mm as recommended by the brand manufacturer. So I'm going to just move to this next corner here and I'm going to do 3 double crochet chain 2 for my corner, and into the same corner I'm going to work another 3 double crochet, 2, 3, and then I'm going to move over to this corner, so yarn over and do 3 double crochet, chain 2, back into the same corner, and I'm going to work 3 double crochet, and then I'm going to move into this last corner where we started, so yarn over and into this corner, and we'll work our final granny cluster. So that's another 3 double crochet, and then I'm going to join, instead of with a slip stitch, I'm going to join to the top of this vintage, or this chainless treble, or chainless double crochet. I'm going to do I'm going to slip stitch with a half double crochet, so yarn over and then insert your hook. It's a wee bit tricky with those chainless double crochets. Pull the yarn through, yarn over and pull through all 3. So that keeps your join in the corner so you don't see an obvious join. It's great for scrappy projects because when you're joining always in the corner like that there, it's not so obvious. With granny squares, the options and the things that you can make are limitless. The number of colour combinations that you can do, the projects you can make, from pencil cases to hats to jumpers and dresses, or just huge blankets. I always like to have a little granny project on the run while I'm doing things, so I'll just show you again this chainless double crochet. So you pull your loop up to about the height of what you would want your stitch to be. You wrap the yarn around your hook. Now it's almost like forming like a letter C, and my finger is holding it in place here. There is another video specifically on this, so you can have a look at that as well. Just finish off the chainless double crochet and then work 2 more double crochet in that same corner space. Then this time you're going to work into this space in between these 2 granny clusters here. So yarn over, insert your hook and work your granny cluster here. So that's 2 and 3, and then into your corner you will work a granny cluster, chain 2 and a granny cluster again. Now my tension is quite loose. This yarn is lovely and soft and slippy. Some people turn their work after every round to keep their granny square from twisting. I don't normally have a problem with that, but if you have an issue with your tension and your square starts to become a bit like a parallelogram, then I would suggest that you turn after every round, and that way that you'll get a more evenly shaped square with right angle corners as opposed to a parallelogram. So again, you just keep working around these granny clusters in each of these little spaces, and 2 granny clusters with a chain 2 gap in between at each corner, and each round just increases the number of granny clusters that you work. And again, I find the joining with the half double crochet just is very seamless. Again, you could just chain 2 and slip stitch in, but I quite like the way that the slip stitch with the half double crochet leaves you in the corner. It's nice for colour changes. And we're almost back to where we began, and we're going to work our final cluster into that first corner square. So that's 2 and 3, and if this was my final round in my little square, what I would do is I would chain 2 and cut my thread and do an invisible join. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on a traditional granny square. If you do try it, please comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.